Hey everyone, it's Matt. Welcome to Nerddom, where we enjoy nerdy things, but don't know everything. Now, I've been hearing about this episode 3 for a couple weeks now, and it is finally time to get into it. Now, I've been a Star Wars fan since I was probably 5 years old, since I saw Star Wars on Channel 9, probably on like a Christmas morning. So I've been a fan of it for a really long time. We've had our highs, we've had our lows, and some in between. And I've been trying to stay away from spoilers as much as possible, so that way I can judge it by its own quality. So here we do like to talk about stories, we like to talk about characters, and if you're into that kind of thing, feel free to subscribe. We talk comics, games, movies, same old over here, but through the lens of storytelling and quality products for the customers, aka you and I. So how does episode 3 of the Acolyte stack up? Let's find out. And as always, let me know how you feel about the show down in the comments below. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. See you on the other side. By the way, it's 4:40 in the morning, so might have eaten breakfast. If I ate breakfast. Alright, so we got a flashback 16 years earlier. You know, I wouldn't know it's her because she has the same hairstyle. Or them, I should say. Plural. That is kind of ridiculous. Even Anakin had his hair change. Everyone had their hair change. Stop messing with that thing. So mean.
Let it go, May.
Hey, it's that guy. Soul. I know his name. I hope it's not like that kind of spice. They getting him high? Is she a powerful leader?
All living
yes.
things are connected.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Ah.
Stop distracting me.
This is terrible.
Let go of me. You let go of me.
Okay, so they're witches.
I don't know if...
So are they twins that are just powerful with the Force?
Hold
We've had that before. In the Old Republic, right? What are they, hunting them down? Are the Jedi hunting them down and killing them?
Special.
Is this all a certain point of view? Oh, there's a blue moon and a red moon. Get it? Get it?
Some would consider our power dark, unnatural.
Ah, see what they did there?
Of extinction.
I'll be honest, that's kind of lame. That's a bad chant. Oh, it's the dude with the fake beard that looked terrible. No wonder. You have not a mature face. You should have just casted somebody else to be the old one. Be me or something. I don't know, man. What if she ignites that lights? You don't know.
You would make a very good Jedi, Yosha.
There are only 4 Jedi. Who would miss them?
She's a Jedi Master, dude. What? What kind of lines are
We
these?
must let them test the girls.
So she's just gonna let him go
Carried
for it.
them.
Oh shit.
I created them. And what happens if the Jedi discover how you created them?
I was just taking a blood sample. Come on.
In this test,
Midichlorians.
you must divine what images appear on the testing screen.
Correct.
They
That
can
was
feel. Ah.
Did someone tell you to fail this test?
Yep. At least she's in more than one episode, dude. Are they
I
grooming?
was very scared to leave my family.
Is she saying that they groom the
when
kids?
I joined the Jedi.
Props to him for learning English, dude. He might be the best part of the show. They were conceived by the Force,
Consider your wish,
by her. But then the Jedi let her go? Do they not know her origin? So if she was able to birth the children or whatever, that doesn't make... Is it... So we didn't see who really started the fire. She started a fire. Wait, how is this burning? Isn't that stone? How is it burning? Is it what was in the lantern? How is Saul there? Is he the one that's supposed to be getting there? Getting her? You must keep the same hairstyle for 20 years.
They started a fire.
It was always burning since the world was turning.
Destroyed everything.
Does he look at the camera?
You will never feel like this again. I promise.
You can't. The life of a Jedi is not just easy breezy. Okay, Jasmine Flurney and Eileen Shim. So this is. There's 5.5 minutes of credits, by the way. Some thoughts. Story-wise, we have a coven that was able to create, conceive twins from the Force, or the thread, as they call it. While we know that the Night Sisters have done magic and witchy spells and stuff, and that's in Star Wars now, do they still call it the Force? That's something I'm not really remembering. I don't like how they're kind of putting down a Force. I don't know if it's just the character saying it, or maybe we're thinking it's the speaker box of the writers too much with that, but it could just be this religion's beliefs that they're kind of mocking what the Jedi think of the Force by calling it something else and by calling it a Force. The Jedi know already that there was no father unless they think that the Coven was lying. In which it's quite possible that they are lying, but though Zabrak said she carried them, and then the other mother said that she made them. So they're not lying, because they're saying to each other, unless it's discovered that, you know, she drugged the one mother. God, I'm going down a dark path right here. But just to make everyone believe that she had the power. So it's two things. It's either she had this power, it's 100 or so years before Anakin. So does that even make Anakin special anymore? I mean, now there's twins that have run around in the past, or they're still running around. Who knows where this goes? Or B, the mother of the Coven was lying just for power. It's funny how the joke has always been that Jedi are groomers, and now they're kind of seen in here as kind of like groomers. But Saul is the best part of the show. I will say it. Saul's the best part. He is bringing a lot of sincerity to it. He may be manipulating them. He may be manipulating Osha, but the Jedi can totally feel them there. Unless the Coven of Witches was hiding them through the Force. There's a lot of stuff that they could have shown here. Torben. No wonder he had to put a fake beard and fake hair on. Gosh. Dude still has a baby face. He was the young king in Game of Thrones. I remember that now. But yeah, does that make Anakin special anymore? Where does the thing of the Chosen One come from? Does all of that? Here's the really freaky part. I thought this was going to be a side story not involving Sith, not involving that whole mainline storyline of Star Wars, the 9 per se. If this leads into the 9, if we see that the Sith in here is, you know, Tenebrous, Plagueis, any of those cats, and that they know how to make a baby. I'm not sure how I feel about the show being that. I kind of, and then maybe they learned it from this Coven, or maybe they learned it from May. That could be where this series is going. I don't know how I feel about that anymore. I liked this is where prequels showing how things kind of came about kind of ruins the mystique. And I do feel like the Force is kind of getting demystified more and more, versus it just being something. I mean, there's two things, of course. There's the Force and then there's the Cosmic Force, as we've understood it with shows such as Clone Wars. And now there's this thread that's tying them together. I mean, I guess it's a interpretation again. And are the Jedi evil? So are they messing with some of the lines that are in the original, Are they messing with some of the lines that are in the prequels with, in my opinion, the Jedi are evil? How old is May? And then they don't want to train Anakin because he's too old? Is this the reason why they train Anakin? They don't want to train Anakin? Are they going to say that May and Osha are the reason why? And the lessons of Jedi Master Saul? I'm glad to see Carrie-Anne Moss is in another episode, but her character is kind of like a nothing burger. She's just delivering the lines. Oh man. So we're on episode 3, so that means there are 5 more. Where can the story go? I do think they're playing with perspectives. I think they may show, as much as it sucks and it hurts, they may show that the Jedi set all this up and that they've been messing with things and they're the ones that actually caused the explosion. Now, I don't know how bricks get set on fire other than a fuel source, but if there's nothing to burn because everything is metal and brick, how do things get burned? Let's just talk storytelling wise. If you're going to have a fire kill everybody, wouldn't you have it in a wood place, not in a rock place? I didn't see any wood there. I can go back. Let me know down in the comments below if you think stones can burn. I know that there's like coal, and technically, I mean, that's actually not that, but coal. So are they saying that all this volcano stuff that they made their home is tinder? It's easily flammable and it carries a flame? I don't know how that works, but just saying, storytelling wise, you know, think about like World War II. Tokyo was set ablaze because we used fire bombs, and we actually did more devastation with fire bombs than technically we did with the atomic bombs, because Tokyo was just tinder. That part was kind of lame. The lines, the kids fighting back and forth like that, oh god, it's just like, I don't know if it's, I do think it's the lines. It's just so, and they're not delivered particularly well. I'm sorry, little girls. I'm sorry, you're trying your best, but even Carrie-Anne Moss, I know she's playing it dry because she's a Jedi Master at this point, but damn, really? What did the Jedi do that made them want to end himself? What did the Jedi do that makes Torben end himself willingly? And basically to say that May is right. I do believe that they're going down the path of them either setting the blaze or making the place explode because they can't have rivals in the galaxy. I do think that's where they're going. To me, that really hurts the story of the Jedi, and it really hurts the original series. I've always played with the idea that Obi-Wan and Yoda are kind of manipulating Luke to do their bidding, and that's when Luke rebukes them and chooses his own thing. But I thought about that more so as these Jedi, Yoda and Obi-Wan, are just old way of thinking, and Luke is kind of the new way. So he's like a teenager, if you're thinking in that regard, and he's going to try to blaze his new path with the teachings that they have given him. I mean, kind of like you see with religions. There are different sects, different partitions of a religion that all kind of is a part of one religion, but then they believe and do different things. I thought of that as Luke was kind of making his own path within the Jedi, within those teachings. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I did believe that the Jedi were a force of good in the galaxy. They were a force of peace and stuff, even though they of course became generals. And I know that a lot of people, it's because they became so infatuated with their position in politics, in power. So all that's kind of playing into this, and no one else can kind of teach the Force. But I feel like it kind of undermines all of the good and evil stuff in the original trilogy, in the prequels, and from then on. It kind of dilutes it, makes it not special, and kind of clouds it even more. You know what I mean? I don't know. It definitely cuts the legs off of Anakin for me. That he's not anything special. It's happened before. So something tells me that they're going to write that it happened again. You know what I mean? Someone's going to figure it out. We still have 5 episodes of the show, so I am curious where it's going to go. I kind of laid out a couple different paths, but again, now the only 2 mystery boxes we have are, what did the Jedi do? What did May really do? And then who is the Sith that is training May? And I do believe in episode 2, I could be wrong, let me know down in the comments, but I do believe they said that it's a Sith. So, yeah, I guess a Sith is teaching May, and then... Again, here's the crazy part. If they were conceived by the Force, or if they were conceived by a person, oh, does that mean that Anakin was made by a person? Is that what they're implying? So it was directly made by Palpatine or Plagueis or someone else. Or was Palpatine and Plagueis playing with something and then the Force, the cosmic Force, reacted and made Anakin? And like I said, I know there's some stories that have shown that Palpatine visited Shmi and created the baby and stuff. I don't remember if that was... I don't think it was canon. It may have been in Legends now, or the expanded universe. I'm not so sure, but I do think there are rooms for mystery boxes to be left as a mystery box. You don't have to know everything. And what that does create is conversation with communities and stuff like that. So, again, I do think they're going to be leading into something that is going to be leading to the original trilogy. I do think that the writing is flawed. I think that the writing is boring. I think that the lines, the chants, everything is kind of just bleh. And the only person that is delivering something with some type of feeling, kind of, to me, is Saul. It may be because he is speaking so slowly, and again, he's killing it after just learning English. But there's something about his pace of speaking that is calming, that is actually sensible for a Jedi, versus everybody else just seems so freaking quick to say their line. I'm still laughing at that chant. So lame. Okay. So, I mean, that's just my things about this, is like, I do believe the point is they're leading towards it. And like I said, it would have, the whole murder mystery aspect of that is gone. It was gone 10-15 minutes into the show. We know now. We know. So if you came into this story thinking it was going to be a cool murder mystery, someone is killing Jedi, that's already out the window. So what is keeping you here for the show? Is it the interesting aspect of the Jedi being possibly dark? We have heard about dark Jedi in the past. I mean, Dooku was one that left the Order and kind of became a dark Jedi. He became a Sith in actuality, unbeknownst to the Jedi Council. Unbeknownst to the Jedi. Is that how you use unbeknownst? So it's not above Jedi to do terrible things. I just don't know if we're going to be seeing that here. I think that's where we're going, though. So what's keeping you here? Do you want to see the Jedi do terrible things? Do you want to see them actually be a police force, a good police force? Are they saying that police forces are bad? Who do you call when you need help? You probably call the police. Anyways, this kind of does change the whole aspect of the Force of Anakin, and I don't know if it's the right call. You are probably better off just doing a murder mystery with someone being able to kill Jedi. And I guess a metal blade is more powerful than a lightsaber now. A lightsaber doesn't melt your guts or anything. Huh, Qui-Gon. Anyways, that is my jumbled thoughts after just watching the episode. We may have more thoughts later, but we'll see what's gonna happen. Is this worth the budget that was reported? I don't think so. I think that budget is bloated as hell. I think that what I'm seeing on the screen is kind of CW level. It is not quality. They said that you would be getting TV shows that looked like movies. No, everything is shot very boring. Everything is shot in a very boring way. The sets seem small. Nothing really seems grandiose. They're on a huge mountain. They're on this thing. It's very flat. Now compare that to something like a show that is maybe $20 million more, which I do believe is House of the Dragon. I'm rewatching season 1 because season 2 is coming out this weekend. And the camera movements, the shots, the scale, everything in there is just so much better. And I think it's because they're hiring the right talent. Disney, Lucasfilm, you are not hiring the right people for this. I don't think they know how to do what you want to do. And that's it. So let me know your thoughts on the Acolyte on episode 3. What does it do for you with the original trilogy? What does it do for you with the prequels? If you liked the video, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to smash the like button. Really does help me out with the channel. And until next time, may the force be with you, I guess.